Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for being here today. For our presentation, first of all, let me introduce myself and my team members. We are from Group 4. My name is Novitasari. My friends is Sulthan Walad and Rizki, Wahyu, Arifah. As you can see on the screen, our topic today is about something that worrying for our generation in the future. Because of the effect about it is really dangerous. It's a shotgun wedding. So what is a shotgun wedding? We will explain about it, and at the first part will be presented by Sulthan Walad.
Let me tell you, what is a shotgun wedding? A shotgun wedding is marriage that is happen suddenly because of pregnancy first. Why did that happen? Because they had sex before they get married. Many cases of pregnant outside married in Semarang. Submission for dispensation of married in Semarang up to 99 from January to June. This number was jumped separately when same period in 2019. The reason they use applying dispensation are mostly due to accidental pregnancy outside of marriage.
The factors that affect shotgun wedding in Semarang. First is promiscuity. Adolescents engage in promiscuity activity can make teenagers pregnancy, and shotgun wedding will happen soon. As we know that in the teenager years, young people begin their quest for identity, and if they cannot control themselves, they can trap into the promiscuity, and it's really dangerous. Second is the lack of sex education for teenagers make teenagers do a free sex without knowing the consequences. They're still young, so they just think about happiness. They don't think about the risks. They don't know that the happiness can be nightmare if the girls were pregnant. So this is why sex education is really important in Semarang. Third is the lack of fight. I think it's hard for teenagers who wants to have a really strong fight if their circle is fightless. They forgot to love God, they forgot to pray. Because if they love God, they will stay away from the prohibitions and they will do a positive things. Fourth is for babies. So that at the birth they have a father. The child who born outside the marriage of the two parents, as such, these children do not have any legal claims against their biological fathers, as the identity of the fathers is not noted on the birth certificate. Fifth is for the family not to be embarrassed because their child is pregnant outside marriage. Semarang is really hard for people who pregnant outside marriage. Judgmental is real. Their neighbor will continue to talk about it like everywhere, every day, every time, every second of your life, and the whole family will be embarrassed. Usually, before the neighbor know about the girl is pregnant outside marriage, their family will do a shotgun wedding as soon as possible, so their neighbor will don't know about it. The effect of shotgun wedding. First is the family economy getting worse because they were not ready to support their family. For the example, like when they are married in young age, maybe around 17, they not have much educations because they stop study and they don't have a job, so they will face financial difficulties if they are not highly educated and face limited job opportunity. Second is not ready to have a baby, and start family can affect mentally and cause argument and violence. So shotgun wedding has many disadvantages such as less knowledge about parenting, less time enjoying their youth, like you have to say goodbye to your happy time that usually you spend with your friends until midnight, because after marriage you have to stay at home, take care of your baby, your family, and it's not easy. It will take a lot of emotions, and if you cannot handle it, you can feel depression, sad, angry, stressed, and start to blaming yourself, your partner, and it can trigger arguments and violence. third is have an increased risk of experiencing partner violence. Usually, teenager is still selfish, unable to control emotions, moody, only thinking about himself, egoist, and this can cause violence. Fourth is loss of youth. As we know that young people like to study, traveling, holiday, having fun, shopping, and do what they want to do. But when they do a shotgun wedding, that means they will be a parents. Ready or not, they must be ready and becomes precocious. Fifth, divorce and regretness. When there has been violence and they cannot handle it anymore because of many problems, some people will decided to divorce. Then they will regret what they did before. And the last presentation will be presented by Rizki, Wahyu, Arifah.
Okay, and the next, I want to talk about how to avoid shotgun wedding. How to avoid shotgun wedding? The first is stay away from the promiscuity. Promiscuity is a negative behavior that crosses the boundaries of roles, demands, and feeling of shame. We must far away from the naughty person that maybe can harm us and bring us to the bad association. And the second is learn about sex education. I think learn about sex education is important thing for every person. Learning sex education can be immunity which will help ourselves to fortify from the risk of violence and sexual harassment in the future. And the third is mobilize teenager, parents, and communities to end shotgun wedding. We here told that mobilize the teenagers, parents, and communities. Why not just for the teenagers? Because the role of parents is very important for their children than important for the teenagers like that. And the fourth is strengthen your fight. Strengthen fight and always pray to God to keep away from dishonorable behavior. And the last is do the positive activities. I think doing the positive activities is important thing, not just to avoid shotgun wedding, but for all of things in this world, because do positive activities that useful, very useful for our own self, or maybe can useful for other people we love, like family, teacher, and another. What is the example from the doing positive activities? Do the positive activities that maybe we can take the example like a reading book. Yeah, reading book that is positive activities, because from reading that we can add our knowledge from the book that we read. Maybe we can read novel or another. Of course, in every book that's knowledge, new knowledge for knowing it. Okay, and the conclusion is the lack of sex education and other factors make teenagers get pregnant outside marriage and have to do a shotgun wedding to avoid embarrassment. Parents must educate their children because it's very important for them personally. Example for girls, besides school, parents also fill their time by teaching them to cook or another. With that, they will not spend a lot of time outside the house, so they will not be affected by promiscuity out there. Many of the youth who enter promiscuity due to family factor. Might be because the mother is too busy working, so there is no time for her child, or maybe it's because the parents divorce, and also the factor of violence in the family that makes children look for comfortable zone out there and finally fall into the promiscuity. Because they are not really ready, it will affect their marriage, such as case of quarrel, violence, divorce, and resulting in regret. And because the economy is not ready, the case of getting married at an early age causes poverty to increase. Teens should avoid shotgun wedding by staying away from the promiscuity, learning sex education, and always do the positive activities. I think enough for our presentation today about shotgun wedding. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.